Hello guys, my name is Ken Carty. Welcome back to my channel. Please remember to like and subscribe. And before you attempt to do this question, please go back and watch my previous video on tangents and normals. Well, let's get right into it. You can even pause the video and attempt the question. Find the equation of a tangent and normal to the circle. X squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 10y minus 8 equals 0 at the point 3, 1. Now, for me to have a better understanding of this, one of the first things I would want to do is to sketch a diagram. So we put in our circle, we put in our tangent, we put in our radius, which is also our normal. So let me just put an N there, normal, and T for my tangent. We have a point on the circle, and that point here is 3, 1, which means I need a second point, which is going to be the center of the circle. So I can go back to the equation and try to complete, well, we don't actually have to work out the thing fully to determine what the center of the circle is. So we have x squared, let me group it with minus 4x plus y squared plus 10y minus 8 equals 0. We can simplify the center of the circle from this by halving the coefficient of the x term and the y term and changing the signs. So because we have a negative 4 there, when we halve that, it's going to be 2, negative 2, and when we change the sign, we get positive 2. So we have 2, negative 5, when we apply a similar concept to the y. So we can go right ahead and put in the center here, which is 2 minus 5. Now, bear in mind, from my previous video, we said that the normal touches both points. The tangent only passes through one point. So to find the gradient, I first have to start by finding the gradient of the normal. So I'm going to call it Mn. So let me go ahead. I'm going to have Mn equal, and you know the formula for the gradient. So we have y2 minus y1. So probably we can call 3 and 1 y2, x2 and y2. So I'm going to have 1 minus negative 5 all over 3 minus 2. When you break this down, the gradient of my normal turns out to be 6 over 1, which is really just 6. Good. We can also deduce the gradient of the tangent at this point. So we could actually say the gradient of a tangent, which is mt, because both of them are perpendicular. So let me go and put in my perpendicular sign here. Both of them are perpendicular. So the gradient of a tangent is the negative reciprocal of the gradient of the normal. So mt is equal to negative 1 over mn. So the gradient of my tangent is equal to negative 1 over 6. Once we have the gradient, we can simply just go right ahead and determine the equations. Let us start with the equation of a tangent. Now, as we said, the tangent only passes through 3, 1, so that's the only point we can use. So we can go ahead and say y minus y1 equal mt into x minus x1. So I'm going to have y minus 1 equal, the gradient of a tangent is negative 1, 6 into x minus 3. Right? Now, there are different forms that we can put the equation in. Some persons use y equal mx plus c, but at this level, we normally use the ax plus by plus k equals 0 form. So I'm going to go right ahead and multiply the entire system by 6. So we multiply the left-hand side by 6, the right-hand side by 6. I'm going to have 6y minus 6 is equal to, and I expand the bracket using the negative 1, I'm going to have minus x plus 3. Right? So we can carry everything to the left hand side to make the x positive here. So I'm going to have x plus 6y minus 6 minus 3 equals 0. So that is going to give me x plus 6y minus 9 equals 0. And this is the equation of my tangent. Let us now look at the equation of a normal. Here I'm using capital N to represent the equation of the normal. Or to represent the normal, sorry. So right away, when we look at the circle, we realize that the normal touches 2 points. It touches the center of the circle, and it also touches the point on the circle. So we have 2 points that we can use to find the equation of the normal. Right? So since we had used 3, 1 for the tangent, let me use 2, negative 5 for the normal. We already have the gradient of a normal, which is 6. So we can go right ahead and we say that y minus y1 equal mn, which means the gradient of a normal into x minus x1. Okay, so we're gonna have y. The 5 is negative there, so I'm gonna have y plus 5 equal, the gradient is 6, so that's 6 into x minus 2. We can go right ahead and expand the bracket, so we can go y plus 5 equals 6x minus 12. Alright, and we want to make the coefficient of x positive, so we could carry over the terms on the left to the right hand side. So I would end up with 6x minus y minus 12 minus 5 equals 0. This would give me 6x minus y minus 17 equals 0. And this is the equation of my normal.